Remember back in about 1988, a little company called Cellular South got started here in the South. Well, it changed almost 5 years ago. Matter of fact, this September will be the fifth year anniversary of C-Spire taking over for Cellular South. So we wanted to kind of get an update on how things are going with the company and some great things that they have planned for you coming up here soon. Matter of fact, Jim Richmond, who is the Vice President of Corporate Communications, is with us here today. How are you? How have you been?
I'm great.
It's good to see you. It's been a while.
Jim. Look, it's a pleasure to be back with you. It's always great to get back to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and it's terrific. So I'm glad to be here.
Give us a little bit of background about yourself, if you would, and your history with well, first Cellular South and now C-Spire.
Sure. Well, I actually started with the company known then, like you said, as Cellular South back in 1991. So I'm in my 25th year with the company. Started back in the early days of wireless with the install phones and the big bag phones, and actually lived down here on the coast for about 6 years and ran this region for the company, and based in our corporate office in Ridgely, Mississippi today. So again, it's a pleasure to be back with you to talk a little bit more about C-Spire.
Well, let's talk about too the company history.
Sure.
Wireless on the coast since 1988 when it was Cellular South, right. And talk about some of the different things, the history of
sure,
C-Spire.
Sure. Well, C-Spire, actually our roots began way back in the 1950s in the telecom or telecommunications industry with a couple of rural landline telephone companies. We did start the wireless part in 1988 here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, so obviously the coast is very important to us. A lot of success there. We've actually grown into the largest privately held wireless carrier in the U.S. today. Very proud of that fact, but we've really done a lot since then. We've really diversified, really become more of a diversified technology company. Today we do things like we have a business solutions group that they call on businesses and work with businesses for things like voice over IP, phone systems, high-speed internet business access, unified communications, a lot of products and solutions for business entities. In some markets, we actually sell a very high-speed 1 gig fiber to the home consumer internet access. We have over 6,000 miles of fiber down, most of that in the state of Mississippi.
And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think, Cellular South, well, or C-Spire now,
right.
It's a phone company.
Right.
I mean, they're not like the big nationwide companies that, can run all these cables and stuff anywhere. Some of this is news to me.
Well, it is. The 6,000 miles of fiber is really the backbone for a lot of what we do today, both to our cell sites and to a lot of the internet access that we sell and the availability that we give consumers and businesses today. One of our latest projects about a little over a year ago, we actually opened up a commercial data center. That's something we're very proud of and very excited about from future standpoint. We're now selling data storage, cloud services to companies out there, and a lot of success with that today.
Well, how did that idea come about?
Well, it's kind of interesting. With our growth a couple of years ago, we realized that we needed to grow our data storage capabilities or just create a better data storage situation for us because we had grown so much. We'd been in the data storage business for a very, very long time. And so as we got out into the marketplace and started trying to work or go down that path and determine the best way to build this data center for ourselves, we realized that there were a lot of businesses that were out there that were in the same boat, so to speak. That is, they just needed more room to store data. Obviously, it can be very expensive from a capital investment standpoint, and so we built this purpose-built commercial data center and opened it up. Have had a lot of success. We've it seemed to be a really good solution for banks and insurance companies and hospitals and entities like that where data storage is extremely important to them, either from a primary standpoint or a backup and redundancy or perhaps disaster recovery standpoint. So the data center will be a big part of our future.
Now, if there's a company that's interested in finding out more about this, they just contact your main office there in Ridgeland?
Yeah, probably the best way to do it is to go to our cspire.com website. They could click on business and they can find all the information out there about the data center. We have some really great videos that can explain a lot about the quality of what we do and how we go about it. The facility is terrific. It's very high quality, highly certified. But even more important than that are the people, the team that we've put together to be associated and to drive that. Not only the sales folks that we've hired that are working with us to deliver those solutions, but behind them we have what we call data architects. And so these are very smart guys, much smarter than I am, and they work with the IT executives or IT solutions folks from these companies to ensure just a smooth transition with this data storage.
Now, C-Spire very big involved in the community.
Right.
Matter of fact, big golf tournament coming up. Mississippi Golf Resort Classic is coming up. Talk about that.
Well, sure. We're actually a major contributor for the Mississippi Golf Resort Classic. Have really been a part of that since day one. So we were a consortium partner 7 years ago as the tournament came to be. The last couple of years and this year will be the presenting sponsor. So a big part of the tournament and the success that tournament has had. We're very proud of the fact that we've been able to help, obviously with a lot of folks, a lot of other good companies, to bring a very high quality professional event to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And every year, you know, we try to do something different. This year we're partnering with a group called Excel by 5, which focuses on reading with children.
Yeah.
And we have a book donation program going.
Yeah, Megan Gray does a lot of stories on that.
So the viewers need to donate, bring some children's books into all of our retail locations. They can drop it off, drop the books off, and then in exchange for the book donation, we'll actually give them a couple of tickets, free access to the golf tournament. So that's terrific. And then on the C-Spire Pro-Am Day, which will be Thursday of tournament week, we'll also be raising some additional funds for the Birdies for Charities program. So again, the tournament will be terrific again this year. The field of the
and
players.
The date of the tournament?
It's the week of March 28th. The actual tournament is April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at Fallen Oak here on the coast. Okay,
we got about a minute left. So tell us about any new things coming out for C-Spire.
Well, probably the most important thing for us is just the fact that the continuation of big investments in technology. So we're really focused, always have been, but continuing to be very focused on being able to bring technology solutions and opportunities to both consumers and to businesses as well. We have a big initiative right now that we call Maximum Range LTE, where we're actually deploying a lower band spectrum of LTE, which pushes LTE, the fast high-speed 4G LTE, out further, and also gives you better in-building coverage as well from a data standpoint. So that's probably the latest project, but again, investing a lot of dollars to continue to deliver that technology to consumers and businesses.
Well, of course, if you want some more information about any of these great things, as you said, go to your website.
That's probably the best way, C-Spire.com.
C-Spire.com is very easy. Good to see you again.
Good to see you too, Jim.
And we'll
Thank
see
you
you at the
so
Golf
much.
Resort,
We'll be there.
Classic. All right.
Appreciate it.
If you want some more information, great carrier. Check them out, C-Spire.com.